I want to answer what Philly just said right here. If you held or bought EHEX last summer into the fall, how can you sell now? Makes no sense after buying EHEX at 0.3 of a penny or less. We are still up. Totally agree. I totally agree. And something that and you know, it's even encouraging too that we already saw it kind of tap off that support, even though HEX is now falling even further, as Richard continues to tweet here tonight. Well, I was going to say this earlier. Who do you think? And when I say this, all I'm referring to is the 74% dip in a day, just based off of the tweet the other day. But who do you think is really, like, quote unquote, hurt the most by this fall of EHEX temporarily here? I don't know. What do you have? Oh, is that the GIF that Richard put? I thought you had some creepy ass. I don't know what you had on the screen there.
That's Richard's tweet.
Okay, I was like, who the fuck is this girl? But who was really? Yeah, I don't know.
She freaking you out a little bit?
Yeah, it just looked like some kind of spooky. I don't know what was going on. Like some
like
AI
a fembot. Looked like a fembot from Austin Powers.
Yeah. But you know, people, so like, and I know this isn't what you're saying, Philly, but like for people that were like primarily only DCAing into EHEX all this time, I don't know who that is. I can't imagine it's very many people. There are people out there like tweeting as if like that's what they did. And again, you know, my kids' college funds and all this. Look, the amount of money that you have in any pocket of crypto, if you want to deem it your kids' college funds for dramatic effect, as opposed to like, you know, money for beer on the weekends or whatever, that's fine. But what do you think about people that are like heavily DCAing EX all this time? Because I don't know anybody that was doing that, like, you know, as if it was like their biggest bag they were DCAing to.
I do.
Okay, well, I was gonna say who. I guess you're not going to divulge that, but I don't understand that, just like I don't understand anybody that I will say this, I understand it way more, but anybody that just bought Pulse, you know, because you missed opportunities, I think, with Pulse X being beaten and dead on the floor. You know what I mean? So I don't understand anybody buying one thing in an ecosystem where things are liquidity bonded, but I agree with you, Philly. Yeah. I mean, why would you be selling it right now, especially when we just saw support off that level?
Sure.
You know,
Liberty brings up a good point here too. So you want to read that one?
Yeah, just joined. It would be foolish to abandon EHEX as ETH gets an ETF, becomes a household name, is in pensions, 401ks. Hundreds of millions of people start exploring the ETH ecosystem, especially if fees drop. All great points. And, you know, Richard Hart is a guy who is obviously extremely bullish on Ethereum, on the ETH ETF right now. So, yes, I totally agree. And that's the thing. And I know you're not saying this, Liberty or Death, but like, Richard didn't say to abandon EHEX. That's what I know I keep coming back to this point, but people read what they wanted to read and are reacting to. I don't know if it's like a thing just to create drama on Twitter or whatever, because we see this kind of thing in politics a lot too, but they read what they wanted to read and are taking it and running with it and just creating a narrative that wasn't real. I understand the chart looks like shit in the last couple of days or whatever. But again, like Ewok has said, 3 months down the road, you know, I don't think people will be thinking of this very much.
No,
you know,
I don't. And wall to wall, we're not walking anything back. we're not telling you everything you just said is true. EHEX has a higher APY, easier on ramp. I already said that. I said it earlier. I said the code is still the code. I haven't changed my mind on that. The fees suck, but that other than that, that's why Richard's saying the fees have made it unusable on Ethereum. Everything you said, though, is correct, and I'm not taking any of that back. So it just makes it very difficult to continue to tell people that when the chart looks like it did after what happened a couple of days ago.
Wall to wall is somebody who likes to come in and purposely just stir things up.
I know, but I still like to address it. I don't want anybody to feel left out.
Plus, I literally have said on this stream tonight that I would buy EHEX right now. So I don't even understand what that means. But yeah, it's I think it's an opportunity right now for sure. So, did you want to go ahead and look at whatever Richard just tweeted here? I know we're kind of all over the place right now, but
sure. I just pulled it up though. Here, you want to see her again?
Oh yeah. I got it on my own screen. Yeah, he's just mocking people. Richard, you must let Ethereum make another 100 million on Hexagon's backs. You must not tell them about real Hex on Paul's chain. They must pay $400 for swaps on ETH because I think it would make me more money. Silence, Richard. Do what is wrong for the community, but right for me, Rich. It's funny. It's just kind of shtick, I think, at this point. But anyway, yeah, people are just acting like he called it dead, and that's not what he's done. I don't know.
Right.
So,
No.
again, they're selling it more right now. They're selling both hexes right now, not just EHEX. I'm looking at it right now. Both are being sold off right now. What it is. So anyway,
Yeah, people are getting out. I think that they see a little dissent and maybe are worried that a tweet from a founder can have that type of effect. And I think it scared a few people. I think that has a lot to do with it too. Not saying they won't come back, not saying they won't get back into Hex, but they might have just kind of rotated into Pulse. And that is what we're seeing. So, you know, I get that part of it too. I get all sides of it. We're usually pretty well-rounded here. I think our conversations are usually not one-sided at all.
I think I am. I think you kind of usually go one way or the other, but I'm pretty diplomatic, I think.
I don't think so.
Go ahead.
I was like, you're fucking with me, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. But no, that's all I was really getting at is, we like to take both sides of things. I don't, again, it's kind of like, it'll all blow over. It'll all blow over in 3-6 months. It will be talking about something else, and we'll look back on it and laugh. Remember that candle? Oh yeah, that's kind of what it'll be.
Well, just think about how we talked. You referenced it earlier in tonight's show, but we talked about last June with the month of Furu Finance when he was going on and on about like PHEX, not EHEX. That was all going on last summer, like a month after Pulse Chain launched, and that just became a meme eventually and funny and stuff. And Furu kind of like even went away, I think, for a while there or something. So
yeah.
But yeah,
until just recently when he came back to say I was
right. yeah. He's got to be a signal of some type. I don't know what it is, but yeah.